Hello, my name is Inessa, and I'm going to be talking about loops today, namely for loops and while loops and the differences between them. So, one way to think about it is that for loops are a loop that you can use when you know the number of times that you need to do something, whereas while loops can be used when you don't know exactly how many times you need to do something. One example from everyday life is if you see a flight of stairs and you know how many steps there are, that's similar to a for loop because you know exactly how many steps you're going to have to climb up. Whereas walking to the end of the block, you might not know exactly how many steps it's going to take. For example, when I leave my front door, I don't remember the exact number of steps that it would take me to get to the end of the block. So I go while I'm not hitting the curb. I keep going while I'm walking on my block. Um, I'm also going to go over a few code examples of for and while loops. So, little known fact about me is I also babysit animals sometimes, and some of my friends have a turtle, and I babysit her on occasion. So let's say today she has not eaten any leaves yet. So leaves eaten equals 0. But I know that she needs to eat 7 leaves. So for each leaf in range 7, I'm going to add a leaf to the number of leaves eaten. So leaves eaten, and then add 1 leaf. And then whenever I feed her a leaf, I'm going to print fed the turtle lettuce leaf number, and then the number of leaves eaten. So let's see what we get when we run this. So this program adds 1 leaf for every time it goes through this for loop. And then it prints out that it fed the turtle. So I fed the turtle lettuce leaf number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is one example of a for loop. Now let's clear this and go through a while loop. So one example that we can use for while loops is plugging a password into a website. Um, so let's think about that first. So if you give the wrong password, if there's no limit, let's say, to the number of times you can attempt to put in this password, then the program would keep running while you're putting in a password that's not the correct password. So let's start with nothing in the password variable. Oh, I forgot an indentation. Whoops. There we go. So now let's think about our while loop. So while the password does not equal to, let's say that the password for this one is code in place in all lowercase. And then let's say we're going to continue to ask the user for an input where the user enters the password. So that while loop can continue going until we get the password right. And then after which we can print access granted, happy coding. Okay, let us run this program. So it's asking me to enter the password. Let's pretend I forgot the password, and I will try Python coding. That wasn't the right one. Enter password. Coding? Or just code? No, I think it might have been coding. No, that couldn't have been it. Code. I just talked about turtles in the last problem. Maybe it's turtle. Um, and let's go for code in place. It looks like it's cap sensitive. So let's try code in place. Access granted. Happy coding. So as you can see, the while loop continued on for as many times as I needed where I was not entering the correct password. I hope these examples help you continue your coding journey.